Tennessee Titans fans, we knew today would be hectic. We knew it would be eventful. The Tennessee Titans, along with everybody else in the league, they have to get it down to 53 guys by 4 Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. That is 45 minutes from right now as I'm recording this. And we got some big news moments ago, and that is that the Tennessee Titans have made a trade with the Los Angeles Rams to bring in linebacker Ernest Jones. Now, we saw a couple of days ago the Rams had given Ernest Jones permission to seek a trade, and from that moment right there, the Tennessee Titans name had been connected, at least loosely, to Ernest Jones because of the need at inside linebacker, which has been a need all offseason, but it is especially a need now with the unfortunate news we got yesterday that Chance Campbell has a torn ACL and is done for the year. And so the Titans pick up Ernest Jones, they make the trade, and this was another, in my opinion, masterclass by Ran Carthon, because the Titans get Ernest Jones and a 2026 sixth rounder. So we didn't just get Ernest Jones, we got a draft pick too, and then we gave up a 2026 fifth rounder. So a very nice trade for a position of major need for the Titans, not only because of the Chance Campbell news that we got yesterday, but also because of the news regarding rookie Cedric Gray, who was drafted in the 4th round to come in and play linebacker. He's got a shoulder injury. There is no timetable for his return. There is a lot of rumors that he might start the season on IR because there's some nerve issues, according to Brian Callahan, and even once he gets healthy, he's a rookie who's going to have to catch up. He has not gotten those same reps that everybody else has gotten, so it's going to take time for him. This was a position of major need. I said it on Monday when I gave my 53-man roster predictions. I was concerned about inside linebacker depth behind Jack Gibbons, behind Kenneth Murray. I know James Williams is a guy that people are excited about, but he's a rookie who is transitioning from safety to linebacker. So it's going to take, he's going to have some growing pains. He's going to have to come into that role. Obviously, there's Otis Reese as well, but I was concerned because I knew this team needed another linebacker, and we all knew Ernest Jones was an option, and the Tennessee Titans have made it happen. Just to let you know, Ernest Jones, last season, in the 2023 season for the Rams, he had 145 tackles, an 82.1 Pro Football Focus grade, a 90-point RDEF grade, 5 sacks, 14 tackles for loss, and according to Titans reporter Paul Kaharski, he seems to think that Ernest Jones, maybe not right off the bat, but he seems to think Ernest Jones will eventually start for the Titans. He is convinced that Ernest Jones is one of the top 2 linebackers on this team now, and he will start eventually. Again, maybe not right off the bat, maybe not week 1, but eventually Ernest Jones will start. Again, this was a major position of need, a major position that needed more depth, and boy do they have it now, because I do believe Ernest Jones is going to be able to come in and help improve this defense. And I have to give credit to Ran Carthon for the job that he has done this offseason. If you just look at the defense, you bring in Cheeto Awuzie, you bring in L'Jarius Sneed, so you've completely reinvented your corner room. You've brought in Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams to greatly boost your safety room, so your secondary is completely reinvented. You draft Tavondre Sweat in the 2nd round. A lot of hope for him, especially seeing the kind of training camp he had and the preseason that he had, especially in that game against the Saints the other day, the last preseason game. You still need more depth at that edge rush position. We'll talk about that another time. But now you've got Ernest Jones and Kenneth Murray coming in as new linebackers. You've got some young linebackers like James Williams and Otis Reese, and hopefully eventually Cedric Gray and Chance Campbell next year, who are coming in, and it's a total revamping of the whole team, but especially the defense, especially now with Denard Wilson as the new defensive coordinator, and I'm very excited about that. Kudos to Ran Carthon. I mean, we have seen that revamping, rebuilding, whatever you want to call it, it can happen a lot quicker these days. I mean, I hate to bring them up, but we kind of saw it with the Houston Texans last year. Nobody thought Houston was going to be good, and don't think this is me saying that Tennessee is going to duplicate what Houston did last year, but Houston was not predicted to be anything good last year, and it ended up in one offseason they completely turned the whole roster around and ended up being good. So that is a possibility to happen. The Titans have made a ton of moves. I didn't even talk about the offense and the moves that have been made on offense, which are huge, huge moves. One other thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm refreshing Twitter like crazy right now to see, because we are nearing 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central, and that is when the 53-man roster has to be intact. The Titans release or cut Caleb Farley. That's another thing that happened today. First round pick in 2021. Great guy. Hard not to root for him with all he's been through, but that was a very predictable move. I'm not shocked at all. Just never worked out. You know, he came in. We knew it was a high-risk pick. You know, John Robinson, you know, he took a risk on Jeffrey Simmons in 2019. Jeffrey Simmons was coming off of an injury. That one ended up working out. And I think, you know, from there, maybe John Robinson thought that it would work out every time that you try to draft a high-risk coming off of an injury guy in the first round like it did with Jeffrey Simmons. He tried it with Caleb Farley. It didn't work out. You know, he tore his ACL in his rookie season. I think it was 2022. He hurt his back again. And then, unfortunately, the tragedy in his personal life, losing his dad. You know, it was one thing after the other. And then he comes into camp this year, and it looked like he was going to make a push to try to sneak in at the bottom of the depth chart, and then the hamstring injury took him out of the preseason, and that was pretty much the nail in the coffin. I don't know what the future holds for him. I would love to have him on the practice squad. I would love to have him come in and fill a role there. But as of right now, I'm not sure. You know, he might end up on somebody else's practice squad. But I wish nothing but the best for Caleb Farley. I hope that things work out for him. I hate that, you know, the trouble that he's had to go through. And I hate the injuries that have continued to plague his chances at being a successful NFL player. But I do wish nothing but the best for him. He's a very likable guy. But the big news right now is that the Tennessee Titans make that trade. Ernest Jones, it is official. He is now a Tennessee Titan, and I think he's going to be able to come in and contribute immediately. Remember, this is a situation where the Rams didn't necessarily want to let this guy go, but they couldn't pay him. They gave him permission to seek a trade, and he found one with the Tennessee Titans. The Titans' defense is better at this moment than it was an hour ago because of this addition. I think Ernest Jones is a great addition to that linebacker room, has experience, and I think this is a great move for the Tennessee Titans and another masterclass by GM Ran Carthon. We are inching closer to that deadline, and I'm going to do another video giving my immediate thoughts on the final 53-man roster predictions. The Titans also released Matthew Jackson, who was a guy that a lot of people thought would make it, but he's been released. That's possibly the biggest surprise so far in terms of guys who have been released. We obviously know Malik Willis was traded yesterday. I did a video about that. You can go check it out. Tighten up, everybody. The roster cuts are coming in. Tighten up. Bye.